Hello everyone, and welcome to my Malaysia social race. So this was recorded yesterday. So we did the social race yesterday on a Thursday. I hope it's going to be Friday when this goes out, which is actually the day I'm recording it. So I'm going to see if I can upload it in time for you guys. But yeah, anyway, as you can see, we've got 11 players filled of split 1 to 4 drivers. After split 1, the people who stand out is Gem, Granu and Kifla. So they're the people who stand out, and then we've got split 2. We've got MP Racing, me, who have we got? We've got Kiku, and I think someone else, but I don't want to say because I'll probably be wrong. But anyway, as you can see, a bit of a lag here there to MP Racing. So sorry, MP. Yeah, it's just a bit of a lag here, quite unfortunate. So yeah, so if you're watching MP, I'm sorry. I'm using the maximum of my of the slipstream. Just a small corner cut there. Anyway, behind Winters now for 7th. We started in 10th, I think. 10th or 11th. So it would be good if we can make up the place. Can we get Winters on the outside coming in, or in this last sector? Yes, we can. Can we hold the position? Yeah. It's very hard actually. Sometimes you want to cut across and then you find yourself cutting across into another car. This is a track I'm not too keen on. This and China are the two tracks I'm not too keen on at all. So I've been doing quite a bit of practice just to try and get on a level playing field. So yeah. Anyway, you may be aware I'm not doing the highlights for China. I will be for China, even for Malaysia. I will be for China, but not Malaysia. So there's every other 2 races, including first and last. So anyway, we can now see behind Scott in 5th, or we're in 6th, he's in 5th. We've got Kiku up front at the moment in 1st. So this is an edited video, as you've probably already seen by the time. It's only like 18 minutes or something. Anyway, can we overtake Scott? Oh, locking up just a tiny bit, tapping him off almost exactly the same as we did to MP. Again, I think there's a bit of a lag hit there. So yeah, I don't think I actually touched him, but it gave the impression that I did. Anyway, taking a nice line through there. It's almost flat out apart from the first bit. Then you can go flat out as soon as you drive through that first corner. Anyway, behind DK now. This is quite a good battle if I recall. DK put an awesome defensive drive, so that was very good. So hopefully we can see some good close racing for about a lap. I try on the outside, which alternatively just runs out of space because he's got the racing line, so I have to give way to him. Anyway, we haven't got DRS because we only have DRS on lap 3, so can we overtake him in the slipstream? He's going to the defensive left as we slightly hit him. I just let him sort of pass a bit. I was going for a bit of an optimistic move anyway, just locked up a tiny bit and just tapped him on the side. Anyway, I've let him back pass so we can see if we can take him down the straight, squeezing us out just a tiny bit as we are actually having to break onto the grass. I'm amazed I didn't lock up more there. Anyway, I've gone to the outside to cut back across on the inside. That's very much what I do in qualifying in that corner. Not quite so emphasised, but that's what I do. I do that in qualifying. Anyway, if we're not going to overtake him before the DRS zone, hopefully we should be able to take him at the DRS zone. So let's find out. As you just pass the first sector, a 10.5 behind, so very close there. Now it's almost flat through here, not quite on 100% fuel. I say not quite. You have to shift down a couple of gears to get that. Anyway, I'm going on the inside now. Oh, he's squeezing us just a tiny bit, and I think that was lag on his side. Anyway, braking now down the outside into this hairpin. So hard not to lock up. If you're on a lap without any defending, if you're on a lap without trying to overtake, let alone with overtaking, so it's very hard not to lock up there. Anyway, back behind DK. With DRS detection, we just passed, so we should get DRS. So can we overtake him coming up into the start-finish straight? However, that means he is going to get DRS, because DRS is in such a place where it's likely that you're going to be re-overtaken. Anyway, I'm braking just a little bit earlier than Sterling, and that's not the move done. Anyway, DRS wide open again. Can we overtake him? We're going to use some KERS as well, I think. No, we're not. We've left our KERS, so we're planning on using that later on. I've gone down the inside. That's quite a nice move, if I'm honest. No contact there, and a lap and a half of some pretty nice battling. So I hope you guys like that. That puts us on to lap 4, as I think we're going to be skipping soon. I don't know. I think we start skipping at this point here. So it is only highlights. It's not full race or anything. So yeah, we skip all the way to lap 9. As you can see, I'm actually ahead of Granu. I've literally this lap I just came into the pits for lap. Granu came into the pit a couple of laps before, and that gave me the lead. Anyway, I'm going back into the pits. Granu's going to re-overtake me. Then we've got Quantification in third. So that's a good race for him. I think he's split 3. He's either split 3 or 4, sorry, Quantification, if that's not correct. I know you're on one of the 2 splits, but I don't know which one. Anyway, so we're now behind Granu. This is definitely one of my best runs. I haven't really been putting in many good runs up until this point. This is my most consistent run. Yeah, hopefully you guys will see some sort of good laps, and maybe even get a few tips and stuff on how to drive this very challenging circuit. You might notice, especially cut the corner there. It's so easy to do it on that first corner, in the first sector. So as we skip now to coming up to the second sector, second sector of lap 14. I'm actually closing in on Granu, as you can see. So maybe I'm not sure what sort of pace, if Granu's pleased with this pace, but I think he can get into 32s, so he's pretty quick. I haven't been able to get into 32s. I'm more of a mid 33. So yeah, as I'm recording this, my PBs are 33.1, but I haven't actually been getting the 33s. So yeah, 32s even. I've been off the pace of my 33.1. I've been saying like 34s and stuff. So hopefully I can improve that by Sunday. Anyway, Granu's went off into the pit, so it means we're going to retake the lead. Our PB so far is 36.1. I also believe that's the fastest lap of the race, or it was when it was set anyway, because that was the original fastest lap. As you can see, for that turn 1, I take a very wide line. I find that gives me... It's not the best for defending, but if you don't think a car's going to overtake you into the first corner, that's definitely one of the better lines to take through there. Anyway, got half our KERS left. I'm at 15. So this has got a tough section now. It now comes a point, especially if you have fresh tyres, you should be able to take that just about flat out. Depends what wings you're running. And as you can see, massive corner cut there. It's a corner cut, but I wouldn't say it gains you any time, but it is a corner cut. So it's programmed like that in the game, but I wouldn't say you gain any time because you're getting a very slow exit because of it. So yeah, I forgot what my tyres are looking like. I'm going for a 2-stopper on this race, not a 3-stopper. So I'm trying to get these tyres to last all the way to lap 19. So yeah. So on board now for a whole lap. So I've lap 19. No, it's 20. I was aiming for. This second stint, I couldn't quite make the tyres last the full 10 laps without. It's very different when you've got someone like Granu behind you. You know, he's closing in, but then you've also got to remember he's on a 3-stop. So lap 19 now. You can see making sure my brakes, doing all the relative procedures just before I come into the pits. It's quite a nice bit of entry actually. One of the better ones. You can see I take that pretty nicely. Could have gained maybe, could have got a bit more speed perhaps. Then just checking my tyres to make sure I'm putting on the options. So for this last stint, oh sorry about that. So yeah, options. So I did a prime option.
You're in the pits.
No, yeah. So I did a prime option. Started on the primes, went on to primes, and went on to options. Losing connection there to MP. He had to go, so that's not a technical issue or anything. So we've got Jem behind us now. He lost a load of time after being in after someone lag hitting him off, and he lost like 20 seconds because of it. So it'll be interesting to see where he would have finished. I think he'd be right up there with a fight with me and Granu, providing I can catch up with Granu, that is. He's a very quick driver, and the Granu's still yet to make a stop, so yeah. Now, I'm not sure if I spent the whole of this last stint with you guys. I do apologise if the volume is too high. So yeah, so I do apologise. Also, I've got TeamSpeak turned on, so if you listen carefully, you might be able to hear some of the other drivers. So yeah, the whole of this last stint now. So the last 8 laps, I think, anyway. It might not quite be. I might miss out a couple of laps or something. Anyway, I'm behind Vice Guy now, and if you're listening on TeamSpeak, you'll hear me asking him to get out of the way and various stuff. Anyway, I've went up into Rich. Not thinking much of it at this point. He's a very good driver, very clean driver as Vice Guy. Anyway, I decided to go up the inside. I have DRS. Hopefully he's staying fast. No, Vice Guy. There we go. He just like takes me out. Oh no, you won't be able to hear me because I have my microphone muted for these races in the recording. But anyway, trust me, I was saying a few curse words as a Vice Guy trying his best not to give up this position for overlapping. Anyway, I do eventually get over. I don't actually lose that much time because of it. And I decide like fuck this, and I just like you know, I think fuck this, and he dies, so that's cool. Anyway, that could have been the deciding factor whether my tyres would have last of the stint or not, so we'll have to find out if they do. 8 laps is a long way to take the options. Most drivers can't get the primes to last that much. I can get the primes to last 9 or 10 laps, so I'm actually quite good on my tyres on this game. There's a couple of things I could have done, perhaps, to make it so my tyres lasted that a little bit longer. I perhaps could not have been so aggressive in just wanting to get the fastest lap, because of course a driver always wants to get the fastest lap. Anyway, I think this is, or the lap I'm about to do, is going to be my fastest lap. I think it's going to be a 34.450 off memory. Exactly. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoy this lap. I am going to commentate over it. I'm not very good at lap commentary, so here we go. We're passing the start finish line. If it's qualifying, you want to use all your cars. So braking nice and late, 100 meters, getting a nice wide line into this turn 2. You're hitting the apex very late, almost like you do in China, and that gives you the best sort of accelerating point for turn 2 as we head on to this turn 3, which isn't really a turn. Anyway, turn 4, so easy to cut now. I have to see if I do cut it. I might cut it, I think. No, I don't. That's very good. Also, you want to check about your in-track limits as well. These 2 turns, which are turn 5 and 6, I think. It's so easy to cut turn 6. If you dip your wheel in, you don't have to do it very much, and then you cut it. So this high speed double right-hander. Almost flat out, not quite though. You have to shift down a couple of gears and lift off a touch. Anyway, you can see I'm now 2 seconds faster than my last lap. The last sector, this is a sector where I always struggle. I can be 3 tenths down then lose like 9 tenths. So you know, I'm really bad at this last sector, mainly because of that corner there. I lose so much time. I'm very cautious. down this start-finish straight now. One of the longer start-finish straights, and there's two of them. This is the first DRS one. So yeah, that's the first DRS straight, and then here's the second one. Second one being a tiny bit longer. And there you go. 1:34.450. It wasn't the fastest lap of the race. And Jem set the fastest lap of the race, and he got 34 flat, which is to be expected really by the split one guys. Anyway, as you can see, I'm actually, you may have already have seen, I'm actually ahead of Granu now. So yeah, 26 laps remaining. He's 2.9 seconds behind. I can tell you, I'm very worried with my tyres. You know, even hear Granu in TeamSpeak once, probably about this lap or the next one. I'm saying my tyres are dead, and he's saying that his tyres aren't looking too good either. He pitted for options, I think, on lap 22, if I believe. I might be wrong. But anyway, I've actually extended the gap by a whole second, so I'm guessing, was it a second? Oh no, it's 2.9, wasn't it? So only by a tenth, so not very much at all. At the moment, I'm expecting the gap to stay around the same. If I keep good pace, it'll be okay. Even though he's on fresh tyres, it's only when your tyres, you know, hit the cliff and then they just fall off crazy around this track. Yeah. So anyway, I'm at 26, cutting that corner a tiny bit, getting an awfully slow exit, and I've actually extended my gap by another 2/10. So it's looking quite good for me. Anyway, going around now into this last corner. You don't really. This isn't actually a corner where you lock up or anything. So this track isn't too prime really for locking up. There's a couple of corners where you can lock up. Turn 4 and the sort of hairpin in the middle of the track. You can sort of see I'm passing it now on the left hand side of the track map. I know Granu caught up a whole second in that last sector. Could be sounds like my tyres are starting to go. You can sort of see the understeer and oversteer and hear it in the car. It's not a nice sound. I'm very worried at this point. Of course I want to win this race. Anyway, I know Granu is in split 1, so it's almost irrelevant when it comes to race day on Sunday, because it's highly unlikely that, well, I'm not going to be racing him. So anyway, you can see another second has been lost. So I'm now thinking more about defending. I think I've still got 1 lap of fuel. I might be wrong. So I can use that down the straights, and it's also, oh dear, look at that, a big corner cut. I even say in the team speak there, because that was a big corner cut. Anyway, locking up just a touch, as you can see. That's the corner where a lot of drivers find hard to lock up. Also the penultimate corner, the second to last corner. Anyway, Granu is now within DRS. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he overtakes me. I know how long my tyres can last. So I put it on lap 19, so 8 laps is pretty good for the options. Was it 8 laps? Yeah, like it was like 7 or 8 laps. It's pretty good for the options. I'm in rich. I've got no cars left. Needing to brake now. Not too late, otherwise I probably lock up. Anyway, as you can see, oversteering like I don't even know what to say. It's oversteering like a boat, really. And a 1:39, which really is not a very good lap. Anyway, let's see what I can do on the last lap. It's so unlikely. You can see Granu takes a similar sort of line, not actually hitting his apex, so but getting that first sector quite nice. First sector isn't too bad for if you've got worn tyres. Certainly not the best. It's the second 2 sectors, and you can see from the thing my tyres are dead. Kiku is 18.4 seconds behind, so he's probably not going to be catching me up. Actually, it'll be interesting to see the gap at the end of the race. See what it was. I actually forgot. Yeah, as you can see, this is also alright for tyres, not the best. You can sort of see having to correct an awful lot as yeah, this is the worst lap of my life around here. I hate this track, and yeah, this sort of just shows why, really. I'm 2 seconds off my last lap, 2.9 even. I've lost like, well, 4 seconds to Granu, 5 seconds to Granu, and 2 seconds in 2 sectors even. So easy to lock up, having to brake so early. You can hear how early I'm having to brake. So I'm easing the car into that non-existent corner. So Kiku's now 14.9. He must be thinking, yes, I can probably kick Hamish's ass because he's so slow. And anyway, this corner he can actually brake reasonably at the normal point. Let's see what I do here. Look at that oversteer. Insane, really. That guy behind me is also catching up, and I think he's a lap behind. And that's a 1 minute 45, which is truly horrific. Yeah, you can have a look at the standings. I think that's the standings after the race as well. I apologise for that. I got a text from T-Mobile. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Tell me if you like these videos, if you want me to do more of these for the races I'm not covering as highlights. Anyway, I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.